Good morning, dear Sangha. Today is Thursday, the 18th of July, 2013. And we are in the Assembly of Stars Meditation Hall of the Low Hamlet, Plum. Today we have a session of questions and answers. And the children will have the chance to ask a few questions, maybe 3 or 4, or maybe 5. And after that, teenagers are encouraged to ask their questions. And then young adults, we like very much to hear questions from the young people. And then there will be enough time for the rest of us to ask our questions. We know that a good question can benefit many people. And therefore we should ask the real question, the question in our heart. A question that has to do with our suffering, our happiness, our practice, our difficulties. The question about how to practice better. There are already a few questions that have been written down, and from time to time you read one of these questions. You may like to ask the question in English, French, Vietnamese, maybe German. But if you speak Chinese or Spanish, you have to bring your own translator. And a good question does not have to be very long. And those who have a question are asked to come here, up here, and sit around Thai. And they will take turn to sit on that chair so that everyone can see them. And before asking the question. In our tradition, before you ask a question, you breathe in and out 3 times with the sound of the bell. And only one question for each person. So you cannot say, I have 3 questions, because we need the time for other people to have a chance to ask theirs. So those of us who have a question, please come up here. It's very beautiful from here. The Sangha is beautiful. Teenagers, young adults. So let us listen to the bell and enjoy breathing before 3 times, 3 sounds of the bell. 9 in breath and out breath before we ask the first question.
Why are the bad days and where are the good days?
Very difficult question. Usually in the morning, before we go off to school or to work, the other person wishes us bonne journée, have a good day. Because we want to have a good day, and they also want us to have a good day. So everyone wishes that we have a good day, and they also have a good day. That's normal. A good day is more pleasant than a day that is not good. But we shouldn't rely completely on the outside. If we know the practice, we can make our day good or better. If we know how to practice mindful breathing, if we know how to practice mindful walking, if we know how to handle our feelings, when a painful feeling comes up, if we know how to recognize it and embrace it and handle it, and then we suffer much less than the people who do not know the practice. So whether the day is good or not good depends a lot on ourselves. If you are very mindful, and then we can recognize many good things in us and around us, and we enjoy the good things that are available, so we can make the day good, better. Sometimes things happen not in the way we want. They say something not very kind. The train does not start at the time. they cancel the flight. There are things like that. A car accident. And if we know how to take care of our body, how to take care of our feelings, and then when these negative things happen, we suffer much less than other people who do not know the practice. Like in school, sometimes the other children, they are not happy, and they express their unhappiness with violence and things like that. But if we know the practice of mindful breathing, and we can see that that boy or that girl has a lot of suffering in him or in her, and he does not know how to handle the suffering in him, and that is why he continues to suffer, and he makes people around suffer. And if we see that, we have compassion for him. And if we have compassion for him, we don't suffer much. Only when we have a lot of anger that we suffer. So we can handle a bad situation with compassion, with understanding, and we suffer much less. So instead of wishing a person a good day, we can say that, my dear, please practice, and I'm sure that you have a good day. And there's a way to begin your day and make it good right in the beginning. Before going to school or to work, you sit down together and listen to the bell 3 times. And you practice breathing in, calming, breathing out, smiling, and you have peace in yourself. And that is not wishing, that is making the day good right in the beginning. And when you drive to work or you take the bus to school, and if you know how to breathe, to take care of your body and your mind, enjoy the beautiful landscape, look at the other kids with compassion, you can make your day good. So the young people can practice and do not rely only on the events outside of them. They know that they can make their day a good days, and they may take care of themselves so that when negative things happen, they don't have to suffer much. Thank you for the question. That benefits we adults also.
Français. Quand notre esprit sort de notre corps, notre esprit il va où?
When the mind or the spirit leaves the body, where does it go? Quand l'esprit sort du corps, où est-ce qu'il va?
So many people imagine that the body is like a house. And the spirit, the mind is like someone who is in the house. And the person can go in the house and go out the house, out of the house. Even many adults believe like that. And they believe that we can take the mind out of the body and the body out of the mind. They believe that body and mind are two things that are on their own. Body and mind are two separate entities. But that is not the truth. Not only the Buddha, but also many wise people, including scientists, have found that to be wrong. Body and mind are not two separate things. If there is no body, there is no mind. If there is no mind, there is no body. It's like this sheet of paper. And we can say that this is the left side. And this is the right side. And the right and the left, they rely on each other in order to be there. If the left is not there, the right cannot be there either. You cannot take the left out of the right. You cannot say, dear friend, come and take the right and go to Bordeaux. And dear friend, please come and take the left to Paris. It's not possible. So to take the body out of the mind and the mind out of the body is impossible. And that is, in Buddhism, that's called interbeing. Interbeing. We want to be together. You cannot be by yourself alone. You have to interbe with the other side, with the other person. So in our dream, we might see that we get out of our body and we fly. And we look back, we can see our body still sleeping. But that is in a dream only, that you invent in your mind. In fact, the body, the mind cannot get out of the body and go somewhere else. Because the mind is not a separate entity. And that is why when you see something happening in the body, the mind is influenced by it. And when something happens in the mind, the body get it too. And that is why modern medicine knows that in order to take care of the mind, you have to take care of the body. In order to take care of the body, you have to take care of the mind. This is a very difficult question. We have to learn a lot in order to understand. When I was 16, I had to learn to begin learning this already. Everything we see, like our body, like the house, like the tree, like the stars, like the moon, everything that you see are the object of your mind. That is difficult. How could a 16-year-old boy understand? But he had to learn, to begin to learn. This house, that mountain, that river, that star is not separated from our mind. It is the object of our mind. That is the only thing we can be sure of. Everything depends on our mind. And you think this book is not our mind. But it is part of our mind. It is the object of our mind. So for the time being, I think that the thing you can learn is that body and mind are not two separate things. They are linked to each other. Without one, the other cannot be. Like the left and the right, and like the above and the below. And tomorrow we may discuss something about what happened when the body disintegrates, when the body does not function anymore. The body becomes a lifeless object. And the question asked is, where is the mind now? Where has it gone? And this is a very interesting question. And we don't have to get the answer right away. Well, it's interesting to leave the question like that and begin to look and look and look. It's a very interesting subject. Don't be eager to find the answer right away. Because in the process of learning, we discover many interesting things about the relationship between body and mind. Can the body die? Can the mind die? It's possible for someone to become nothing. Tomorrow we may have a chance to discuss about this. If you like, you can ask to stay with us, adult, and listen. Maybe the little ones are not interested in this, but if you are really interested, and then you can ask to stay with us. Okay? The children ask very difficult questions. Rất bit louder.
She'd really like to know how did Thai become a monk?
she really wants to know how they became a monk. When they was a little boy, one day he saw the drawing of the Buddha on the cover of a Buddhist magazine. And the Buddha was sitting there very peacefully. He was sitting on the grass and very calm, very peaceful, very happy. And he was very impressed. And he wanted to be someone like a Buddha. Peaceful, happy. Because around him people were not happy and calm like that. So that is the first time he really wanted to become a monk. And every day he thought about that. And the seed, the desire to be a monk in him was water every day. That is the answer. Thank you.
L'âme et l'esprit.
What's the difference between the soul and the spirit of the mind?
People understand, people have the different way of understanding. The soul, Plum, seems to be bigger than the spirit. That's the feeling only. It may not be the truth, but when we hear the word soul, Plum, we feel that it's bigger and a little bit heavier than l'esprit, spirit. In Vietnamese, we have two words. Not in Buddhism, in Vietnamese, we have two words. Hồn and vía. Hồn and vía. Hồn is and the Vietnamese believe that there are three. Hồn is the soul. The soul. And there are three souls. Ba hồn. Three kind of soul. It's very interesting because in Buddhist psychology we have up to 8 souls, 8 consciousness. The largest, the one at the bottom is star consciousness. And then come the seventh consciousness, which is something like the self, the awareness of the self. And then come the mind consciousness. And then ear consciousness, nose, tongue, body consciousness, and so on. 8 kind of consciousness. In Vietnamese, we believe that in Vietnam we believe that 3 souls, and we have 7 vía, 3 hồn and 7 vía. For ladies, they have 9 vía. For gentlemen, they have only 7 vía. It's like a vegetative soul, very close to the body. And when someone died, the 3 hồn, the 3 souls cease to exist, and then the 7 vía slowly come to a standstill. 3 hồn 7 vía, and vía has more of a vegetative nature, very close to the body. So I think the same thing may be true with soul and spirit. Spirit is lighter, and soul has more a vegetative element in it. But usually we say that soul or spirit, they are not the body. And there is a distinction between body and soul. Whether it is soul or spirit, it's not the body. That is a dualistic way of looking at mind and body. So we fall into the same kind of trap. So it's not very useful to discuss about the differences between the soul and spirit. But it is important to notice that there is the notion that body and soul, body is different from soul, body is different from spirit. And that approach is not close to the truth, because we are still caught in the idea that mind and body are 2 different things that can be separated from each other. Very difficult questions.
How old do you have to be to become a monk?
How old are you? Quel âge as-tu? 5 ans et 9 mois. Un grand garçon. I think when a boy or a girl can take care of himself or herself, and does not need their mother to do that for them, and then I think they can become a novice monk. You know the abbot of Plum, of the Upper Hamlet, Thầy Pháp Hữu. He was ordained at the age of 13. Now he has become the abbot of Plum village, of the Upper Hamlet. And Thầy started at the age of 16. And I think Sister Bấn Nghiêm, 12. Yeah. So I think you can hope that at the age of 10, you can be ordained. Hopefully, if you don't rely too much on your mother. You can take a shower by yourself. You can wash your clothes by yourself, and then you know that it's time for you to be ordained as a monk. And I can tell you that there's a lot of fun when you become a monk. Très amusant. Thank you. One more. How can I make my mother happy? It's easy. When your mother is angry, you take a deep in breath. And when you breathe out, you smile. You smile beautifully. And you ask your mother, Mommy, do you love me? Am I beautiful? And you are fresh like a flower, you are smiling, and your mother cannot be angry at you. Thank you, children, for asking these questions. You may like to stand up and salute to the Sangha before you go out and continue your practice.
Chère femme, j'aimerais savoir s'il faut tout pardonner et comment faire.
Why do we have to forgive everything, and how can I do that?
All of us are unskillful at times. And when we are not skillful, we suffer and we make the other person suffer. And that person may be the person we love. So unskillfulness is something that happened to everyone. And we desire that when we are unskillful and we suffer and we make the other person suffer, we wish to be forgiven. But But that is not enough. We have to learn from our unskillfulness. So we may ask the other person that not only his or her forgiveness, but also her support. We may ask him or her like this, dear one, I am unskillful at times. So when I say something or do something unskillful, I suffer and I make you suffer. It's very kind of you to forgive me, but I like to ask you a favor that when I am about to say something or to do something unskillful, please warn me. Please remind me so that I will refrain from doing that, because it may become a habit. And after I have committed the unskillful act, not only you forgive me, but you help me, you remind me that this is unskillfulness, so that next time I will I will not repeat at the same time. So we need to practice, and we need the help of the other person to help us practice. And the other part of the answer is that in order to forgive, you have to see the suffering and the unskillfulness of the other person. The other person may not want to hurt us, to make us suffer. It's only that she has or he has a lot of unskillfulness. And that is why if we recognize that has come from the unskillfulness of that person, we will not be angry and we can forgive easily. And when we look at him or her and see the suffering in that person, which is at the base of all kind of acts and words that make you suffer. When we see the suffering in him or in her, when you understand that suffering, when you know that that person is not capable of handling, of taking care of the suffering in him or in her, they become a victim of that suffering. And we are only victim number 2 or number 3 only. When we are able to see the suffering in him or in her, and see that that person is victim of his own suffering, and then it's easy to forgive. Recognize the suffering, understanding the suffering, and having the desire to help that person to suffer less, that help you to forgive very easily. Without that kind of understanding, forgiveness is difficult. Even if you want to forgive, you cannot forgive. Because he or she has made you suffer so many times, so many times. And even you have warned him or her and they still continue to make you suffer. Difficult to forgive. But if you can understand the suffering, the deep suffering in him or in her, and see that he has been the victim number 1 of his own suffering, the situation becomes different. You can forgive more easily.
vous ne formez que des disciples et pas des maîtres?
Est-ce que tu peux répéter? Est-ce que tu peux répéter la question?
Pourquoi vous ne formez que des disciples et pas des maîtres?
Why do you only teach students and not masters?
Why do you only
It's your own children, us you.
why do you only have disciples and not train? Why do you only train disciples?
Why do you only train students and not teachers, not Dharma teachers, masters? But master also means teacher. Maître.
Ah, les maîtres spirituels comme Thai. Would you just speak to the microphone?
Pourquoi vous ne formez que des disciples et pas des maîtres spirituels comme vous?
So why do you only form students and not spiritual masters like yourself?
Every student is a master. When you are a student, you play the role of being your own master. You don't rely entirely on your teacher. You have to make the teacher outside of you, inside of you. It's possible to train yourself so that your teacher is not outside of you, but he is always inside of you. So even when you are separated physically from your teacher is still with you inside. And then suppose you are confronting a situation and you do not know how to react, how to act or react. And if your teacher is not there for you to ask, and then you can tell yourself, if this happened to my teacher, how would he act or react? And if you ask the question, the teacher becomes inside. And the teacher inside is always available. And if you are your own teacher, you can be the teacher of other people also. So you can be a disciple and a teacher at the same time. Suppose you hear from your teacher the practice of mindful walking. And if you practice well and enjoy every step that you make, you walk so that every step can be healing and nourishing and joyful and peaceful. You are practicing as a good disciple. But people around, monks or nuns or lay practitioners, when they see you walking like that, with solidity and freedom and joy, they can learn from you. They can learn from your way of walking. So you walk as a teacher also. You practice as a student and you practice as a spiritual teacher as well. Even if you don't say anything, you are teaching people how to do it. So don't think that a teacher and a student are the two things that can be taken out of each other. A good student is at the same time a good teacher. So it's not true that I'm not training teachers. When I train students, I train teachers because all students have to be teachers. แล้วก็
She has written down her question.
Si una de las bases de la religión budista es el amor a la naturaleza, ¿por qué no apoya igualmente el amor romántico entre la persona y sus muestras de amor?
If one of the bases of the Buddhist religion is love for Mother Nature, why doesn't it also support equally romantic love between two people and their demonstrations of love between each other?
Can someone repeat? Seems to be an interesting question.
I'm asked if Buddhism supports love for Mother Nature. Why doesn't it also support romantic love between two people and demonstrations of affection between two people? Is it correct?
The Buddha is a teacher of love, true love. Love for Mother Earth should be true love. And if it is true love, it can bring a lot of happiness to you and to Mother Earth. And romantic love, if it is true love, it can also bring a lot of happiness. But if it is not true love, it will make you suffer and make the others suffer as well. And in the teaching of the Buddha, true love needs 4 elements. First of all, Maitri, loving kindness, that is the capacity to offer happiness. If you cannot offer happiness, that's not true love. In romantic love, if you are not able to help the other person happy, that's not true love. So you should train yourself in order to be able to offer happiness to you and to him or to her. Without that, both will suffer. The second element of true love is compassion. Compassion is the kind of energy that can help remove suffering, that can help transform the suffering in you and in the other person. If you cannot transform and take care of the suffering in you and in other person, that is not true love. That is why karuna the second element of true love should be cultivated by you and by the other person. Romantic and not romantic, that's not important. The important is it is true love or not true love. Right? And the third element of true love is joy. If by loving you make the other person cry all the time and you cry all the time, that's not true love. Romantic or not romantic. And the fourth element of true love is inclusiveness. That you do not exclude. His suffering is your suffering. His happiness is your happiness. There is no individual suffering and happiness anymore. In true love, there is the element of inclusiveness, non-discrimination. There is no separation. There is no frontier between you and the other person. In that spirit, you cannot say, "That's your problem." No. Your problem is my problem. My suffering is your suffering. So this is true love, the fourth element of true love. And if romantic love has these four elements, it can bring a lot of happiness also. And the Buddha never say negative things about true love. And romantic love, if you are successful, and then you will cultivate a lot of loving kindness and compassion, and very soon your love will be all-embracing. The other person is no longer the only object of your love, because your love continues to grow and your love will embrace all of us, and happiness becomes limitless. And that is the love of the Buddha. That is the meaning of the fourth element of true love, inclusiveness. If it is true love, and then it will continue to grow and include more and more and more, not only humans, but also animals, vegetables, and minerals. And that is great love, Maha Karuna, Maha Maitri. And that is the love of the Buddha. Bonne chance.
Nowadays, healing is cured in Korea because many people say, I feel lonely or I feel sad. I am scratching my heart like this. So I want to do something for them. or what can I do? I don't know what can I do for them.
Did you say killing?
Healing.
Killing.
No, healing. Healing.
Feeling.
Healing. Healing. So I know that in my country, in Korea, there are people who have a lot of sadness and loneliness in their heart. And how can I bring healing to them? Is it right?
The first thing to do is to heal yourself. Because if society is sick, we are sick at the same time. Because we are in society and the collective suffering of society has influenced us. And that is why we have to recognize that we need the healing for ourselves. If we cannot heal ourselves, we cannot help heal other people. And the first thing is to organize our life in such a way that we can protect ourselves from the kind of energies that make you sick. Like when you watch television, the film may be full of violence and fear and hate. And if you allow yourself to watch that film, you are getting more violence and fear and craving and hate in you. And you are not helping you to heal, but you are making yourself more sick. When you eat, if you practice mindfulness of eating, and then you will not bring into your body toxins and poisons. And that is to protect yourself. When you go to the market, you buy only the things that will not bring toxins into you, into your body and your mind. You will not buy the kind of magazine that has articles full of fear, anger, hate, and craving. So the problem is how to practice the fifth mindfulness training, mindful consumption. Because our society is a society of consumption. We believe that the more consume, the happier we become. We need money to buy. But people are consuming a lot more and suffer a lot more because they don't practice mindful consumption. You consume food, you consume magazines, music, films, books, conversation. Conversation is consumption. What the other person say may be full of toxin, may be full of hate and despair. And if you listen to her for 1 hour, you consume. And if the other person say things that has a lot of compassion and joy, and then you consume good things. So conversation is also consumption. The internet is consumption. There are many good things, but there are also many toxins, poisons. So the first thing we want to do is to protect us from allowing these poisons and toxins to enter our body and our mind. And by doing so, we heal ourselves. And we are happy, compassionate, fresh. And we are in a situation to help people of our generation and other people. And one person cannot do it. You need friends. You need another friend, 2 other friends, 3 other friends. You need a group of people, a group of dedicated people who live in such a way that can preserve health and joy and compassion. And as a Sangha, you have more hope of changing society. And there are still many Buddhist practitioners in Korea. And many of them practice only devotion, the Buddhism of, of devotion. To pray to the Buddha and ask Buddha to give us health and wealth and things like that. Many Buddhists ask for these things, the things that Buddha has left behind, like fame, power, political power, sex, good food. And Siddhartha has left all that behind in order to become a monk and search for true happiness. And now we are praying the Buddha to give us exactly these things that he had rejected. And then there are those who ask for to the Buddha that their son, their daughter will be successful in their examination. Asking the Buddha for these things. And why the teaching of the Buddha is to help us to take care of our body, to take care of our feelings, to transform our suffering and to have true joy, true happiness. True happiness is not made of power, fame, wealth and sex. True happiness is made of understanding and love and compassion. So we need a community of people who practice according to this teaching of the Buddha to become a healthy and joyful community. And as we have brothers and sisters who are healthy, who are compassionate, who are in harmony, we can help. We can help people to heal. One person, even a Buddha, is not enough. The Buddha knew that, and that's why after enlightenment, he began to search for a Sangha. Without the Sangha, the Buddha cannot achieve his career of a teacher. So if we want to help society to suffer less, to heal, we need a Sangha. And we should consider ourselves as the first element of the Sangha. And then we look for another person that live in harmony and compassion and happiness. We do exactly like what the Buddha did after enlightenment. Build the Sangha. Without the Sangha, you cannot hope to achieve something important. Even a Buddha is not enough. We need many Buddhas. We need many Bodhisattvas. And when we build a Sangha with brothers and sisters who are dedicated to the practice, there are many bodhisattvas in our Sangha, and then we can effectively help society to change. So you may like to go home and look around to recognize people of your, maybe of your age first, who have that the same kind of intention, aspiration, and sit down and discuss about how to set up, how to build a community of practitioners who are happy, harmonious, compassionate, healthy, and then there is hope. So our hope is in the Sangha. Without the Sangha, we cannot do much. And we know that the Buddha was an excellent Sangha builder. We have to learn from him. It's not very easy to build a Sangha. You have to get a lot of love, understanding, patience in order to build a Sangha. When I met Pastor Martin Luther King, we discussed about Sangha building. I said that without a strong Sangha, he cannot succeed. And after King was assassinated, I was very sad because he could not continue the work of Sangha building. So I doubled my efforts, and I tried to build a Sangha in Europe and in America, because at that time I was in exile, because I had dared to call for peace, for the cessation of hostility in Vietnam. And that is why the warring parties, they did not allow me to go home. And I had to spend 40 years in exile in the West. I left my Sangha in Vietnam. And I know that if I want to do something, I had to build a Sangha here in Europe and America. Because I knew that without the Sangha, we cannot do much. And here is my Sangha. My Sangha is a little bit everywhere in Europe and in America and Asia also. So Sangha is a hope. If you want to be a Bodhisattva, to help the Buddha, you need a Sangha. Sangha building is a very crucial thing to do. And every one of us should be a Sangha builder. After the retreat, when we go back to our city, we have to look around and identify elements of our Sangha and build a group of people practicing walking meditation, sitting meditation, Dhamma sharing, and so on. That help us continue the practice, not to lose our practice, and that help us to have a place for other people to come and take refuge and learn the practice. So Sangha building is very important. So that is what you are going to do when you go back to your country.
Mais la nature, c'est vrai, quand on la regarde, elle est très belle. Mais les hommes et les femmes, physiquement parlant, je ne trouve pas toujours que c'est le cas. Par exemple, je ne comprends pas comment vous faites, vous, quand vous êtes devant nous, quand vous méditez, pour être si sûr de vous physiquement. Comment vous savez pas, par exemple, que votre nez va couler, etc. Le corps humain, j'ai pas l'impression qu'il soit si bien fait que ça. Si on doit se laver, si les femmes doivent s'épiler, etc., c'est parce qu'on n'est peut-être pas si beau que ça. Et si on doit se couper les poils du nez, les oreilles, etc., c'est bien parce qu'on n'est pas si beau que ça. Et je comprends pas comment vous faites pour avoir aussi confiance en vous physiquement, devant nous. Comment vous faites pour oser être devant nous comme ça et vous sentir beau devant nous? Je ne comprends pas.
Tu veux dire en anglais aussi? Tu parles anglais aussi?
Here in Plum village we say, be yourself, be beautiful. When I look at Mother Earth, I find her really beautiful. But when I look at people, for some of them, I don't find them really beautiful. So I don't understand why you say be yourself, be beautiful, because sometimes we are not beautiful. This is why we have to take care, like to use like makeup for women and to take care of hair, etc. I don't find myself so beautiful.
You also asked how is Thai able to feel beautiful and be in front of many people?
Be beautiful in his body.
Feel comfortable in his own body.
So confident in his body.
Let me quote.
I don't understand how you do to be so confident in your body. Because in my body, you always make like some stuff I wouldn't like, you know.
Interesting question, man. We agree with each other that Mother Earth is beautiful, right? And she knows how to preserve her beauty. She does not need cosmetics. And yet she knows how to transform. She has the power of transformation and healing. And we have to learn from her. To me, Mother Earth is a real bodhisattva, a very beautiful bodhisattva, having a lot of virtues, like non-discrimination. Mother Earth does not discriminate. Mother Earth does not say, you are beautiful, you are not beautiful. I am beautiful, I am not beautiful. Mother Earth never say, I am beautiful. She is beautiful, but she never say, I am beautiful. And if we practice well enough, you see that we ourselves are children of Mother Earth. You cannot deny it. Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, saints, and even terrorists are children of the earth, right? And as children of Mother Earth, we carry Mother Earth inside of us, right? Mother Earth is not only outside of us, and she is also inside of us. If you look into yourself, you see Mother Earth. You carry the Mother Earth. And if Mother Earth is beautiful, we are beautiful. There should be no complex. If Mother Earth is beautiful, we are beautiful also. The problem is whether we know how to preserve our beauty. If Mother Earth is without discrimination, we have to learn non-discrimination as a virtue. This person is beautiful, that person is not beautiful, I am beautiful enough, I am not beautiful enough. That is discrimination. And since we have a lot of discrimination, we have a lot of fear. We are afraid that we are not beautiful enough. We have no confidence. So the problem is that whether we know how to preserve our beauty and preserve the virtues that our beautiful mother has. I think that the teaching of the Buddha on love is very crucial, very helpful. Mother Earth is very loving, very compassionate, loving kindness and compassionate. And she loves without discrimination. She does not prefer one species over another. Can we do that? Mother Earth has a lot of compassion. She is able to help us heal if we know how to go back to her and surrender to her, and we can get the healing from Mother Earth. Our practice of touching the earth as our practice as walking meditation is to help us go back to the earth and get the healing that we need. Even the Buddha practice is touching the earth. And there is a mudra called Bhumi Sparsha, earth touching. The Buddha is touching the earth with his hand. He is in connection with Mother Earth. And we humans, we lose that kind of contact with Mother Earth. We are alienated from nature, from Mother Earth. That is why we become sick. And because of that lack of non-discrimination, equanimity, we begin to suffer. We think that we are more beautiful than someone else. We believe that we are less beautiful than someone else, or we believe that we are equally beautiful. So these kind of complexes make us suffer a lot. And if we try to buy cosmetics, if we do plastic surgery, because we don't have confidence, we don't know that we are beautiful like that. We think that in order to be beautiful, you should be like that, like this, like that. You have a notion of beauty. But for Mother Earth, non-discrimination is the way she looks. And if we learn that way of looking, we can see that everything is beautiful. A swan is beautiful, a horse is beautiful, a monkey is beautiful, a frog is beautiful, a flower is beautiful, a grass blade is also beautiful. Everything is a wonder, everything is beautiful. Not only the lotus is beautiful, but the mud is also beautiful. That is the mind of non-discrimination. And you know that in Plum Village we have the practice that has invented for the children, the pebble meditation about beauty and freshness and solidity and freedom. The children get 4 pebbles and practice. The first pebble represents a flower. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. You are born as a flower in the garden of humanity. Look at the babies, they are very beautiful. They are all flowers. Their face is truly a flower. Their tiny hand is a flower. Their tiny foot is a flower. And the child is beautiful when she sleeps. The child is beautiful when she plays. Without doubt, we have lost our beauty and freshness because we don't know how to preserve that beauty. We cry too much, and our eyes are not limpid and beautiful anymore. We have many wrinkles because we worry too much. So practicing breathing in, I see myself as flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh, is to restore your flowerness, your freshness that you have lost. Many of us have lost some of our freshness and beauty. Beauty understood the way Mother Earth has. And if you are not fresh, not natural, not beauty, you are not happy. You have not much to offer to the person you love. So the first pebble represents beauty, a flower, a freshness. Breathing in, I see myself. I do not imagine. I don't need to imagine because I am a flower in the garden of humanity. I can restore my freshness, my beauty, even if I am over 80 years old. And all person can be beautiful, can be fresh also. And our practice of meditation has to do with this. The second pebble represents a mountain. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Solidity is part of the beauty of the earth. When you are not stable, when you are not solid, people cannot count on you. Happiness is not possible if you are not stable, if you are not solid. So to breathe like that is to restore solidity, stability, and not to allow the past, the future, the worries to pull you away. You are solid. You are solidly established in the present moment. Solidity is part of a very important element of happiness. And the third pebble represents peace, calm. Breathing in, I see myself as still water, peaceful, reflecting things as they are, not distorting. And if you are peaceful, if you are not disturbed by anger and fear, and then you are beautiful. And that is what makes you happy, and that is what you can offer to the person you love. If you are not peaceful, you don't have much to offer him or her. And peace is possible with the practice of mindful breathing, mindful walking, and mindful embracing our sorrow, our fear. Peace is possible. And then the last Bible is freedom. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. The moon is beautiful because she has a lot of space around her. There will be a full moon in a few days. And we can practice contemplating the moon together. So if you are free from worries and fear and anger, you are beautiful, you are happy, you are truly beautiful. And when you look at a person, and if you see that person has freshness, has solidity, has freedom, you see real beauty. And a person like that does not need cosmetics. A person like that does not need plastic surgery. And people like to come and sit close to that person. And if you have that kind of peace in you, that kind of space, freedom in you, that kind of solidity in you, you have confidence. If you don't wear lipsticks, powder, and a good expensive dress, you are beautiful anyway. And confidence comes from that. And that is why the sentence, be yourself, be beautiful, is to encourage people not to seek beauty from the outside, not to have complex, and to be yourself as a child of the earth. And then you have true beauty. Dear friends, now we have some time to do walking meditation, and then we will have a formal meal today, like in the tradition. And the walking meditation will be shorter than yesterday, the day before yesterday, so that we have the time to prepare ourselves for the formal meal.